All right, guys, happy Friday, June 14th, coming to you alive, coming to you excited, coming to you on a countdown. My son put a calendar on the refrigerator, and he's counting the days until my mom and my stepfather get here. They're doing their annual trip, and it's officially 11 days from now. And so really, really excited. But before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all the fathers on the call today. Happy Father's Day weekend. Being a father is it is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's taught me how to be humble. It's taught me to be patient. It's taught me to deal with the hardest part of being a parent, parenting the you in your children. That in itself is one of the most challenging things that I've ever done, because all my stubbornness and all the things that I put my mom through, my son does that. But I love him. I love having my daughter here. I love Larissa and Kai, and just being able to be a father. I'm really honored. I'm stoked. And to all the moms out there that are running double duties, shout out to you. So happy Father's Day, and shout out to the moms that are running double duties. Hopefully you guys have something planned for the weekend. I booked a Monster Jam, not even knowing it was Father's Day, but I'm gonna go do this cool glow in the dark Monster Jam, Hot Wheels theme with the kids, and then come back, and hopefully all I ask for is records, and hopefully I get a record too. That's it. Really simple, really easy. But let's go over. I'm going to have somebody bring us out on the field. And since his waves are looking so salt and pepper fresh this morning, I'm actually going to turn it over to Cortez. Cortez, you're going to bring us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. So big dog, let's hit him with it.
All right. Good morning. So this year I embraced not dyeing my hair. That's why you see it gray, because it took a while for me to accept the gray. But I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I've been really on that mission this year. So I'm just grateful to be here, and I just want to tell everybody else to try to stay in the moment. I think that's been my message every time I have brought the meeting out, just to be in the moment and do the work, and be thankful.
Awesome, brother. I love it, man. And embrace the grace, and embrace the grace. All right, good stuff. Well, good to have you here. Good to have everyone on. Thanks for bringing us out. I want to say a quick hello to two people on the call that are here for their very first time. We have a guest. Her name is Zali. I don't know how to say her official name. She is a friend of ours who's just going to tap in for today, originally from Cuba, works out of the San Francisco market. So Zali, do you want to say a quick hello to everybody?
Hello, everybody. My name is Sally. The official name is really long. It's Taili, so no need to go there. I'm brand new to real estate, so brand new that I have no idea what I'm doing. That's partially what I'm here. I wanted to get a feel of how you guys interact. I would need all the mentoring in the world. I would need all the coaching in the world, and I'm just sort of like the vibe that I wanted to get from all of you. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And let's say your full name one more time, just so maybe I'll land on it. Go ahead, say it again.
Tailis.
Okay. Yeah, that one's hard for me. I'll try to get it.
I get it.
Welcome. Janice, if you could tell her one thing to expect from these sessions, what's one thing that she can expect from these sessions? Let's go, Janice.
You should expect to be pushed and to be taken out of your comfort zone with a lot of support and a lot of love.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
You're in the right place.
I like it. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you being here. Nicole Evans, let's go over to you. She lives up in the Oakland area. She's originally from Massachusetts. She's with another brokerage right now. We won't say names, but she's here as a guest today. So Nicole, what's good? Say hello to everyone, and welcome to Keep It Moving.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. And I just came to check out your team and see how you guys operate, and check it out. I talked to Elias yesterday. It was a Zoom call.
Elias, it's all right.
Elias, sorry. Well, you said my last name incorrectly. It's Ewens.
Well, then fair game then. Fair game. Like Patrick, but it's spelled different. I like this. Okay, cool. All right, so Nicole, thanks for being here. Zali, thanks for being on. We're going to go right into state. I want to give you some takeaways from the session yesterday. And how many of you are taking advantage of the 3-day session that is held by Dean and Tony Robbins? Did you guys tap into that session? So I sat through it yesterday. I thought it was really, really powerful. And I see where they're going with the conversation, and how every single salesperson, everything that we do in business and as entrepreneurs should be attached to some type of course. And what I mean by that is that even if you're just starting out, people are selling courses on, hey, how to be a mom and run a successful business. right? How to negotiate for the highest offer for your sellers, how to manage, an illness and still be productive and have the energy. There were so many just examples of how we can build and continue to build. And I've seen that in our own environment. Let's take George Martinez, for example. So George Martinez is part of I forgot the name of it. He's part of a show. But anyways, the show, we did our launch last week. He did his launch last week and we did a watch party. Well, in his launch party, he said, I'm going to launch a new coaching. And what is one thing that we know George to be really good at in the last year on camera? Can anybody identify what that one thing is that he's been really, really good at? If you just think about George's social media.
Property tours.
Property tours, absolutely right. So what is George doing? George is going to be offering a course on how to do effective property tours. He did that presentation for our Play Bigger community when we were in Mexico, and I thought it was really good. He showed you what type of equipment to use, how to hold the camera, what to say, where to start, how to edit it, and I thought it was really powerful. So now he's going to offer that as a coaching session, whether you pay $20, $30, $100, I don't know what it is, that's his business. But the point being is that you guys all have something that down the road, if you want to start building and have other opportunities to bring money in, each of you guys have that opportunity. And I think that was one of the cool things about it. But I want to hear from Samantha, and then I'm going to share some of my notes, and we're going to get right into action. So Samantha, you were on that same session. We probably have different vantage points of what we heard, what we learned, what we saw. So I want to go over to you first and have you kind of share some of your takeaways from yesterday's session.
Yeah, I was actually looking at something that I wrote down that I think is easier for people to understand, especially being entrepreneurs and focusing on our strategy in business. But Tony Robbins talked about 3 things that you need to get in check as an entrepreneur. And I thought the first one would be strategy, but he actually said your mental state has to be on point. And that's 80% of your success comes from that. And then the other 20 is how you execute. So once you get your mental state, the second part is your story that you tell yourself. So the belief about yourself, your capabilities, the belief about how far you can take your career. And then the third part is your strategy. So how you're using social media, how you're delivering your message, how you're treating your clients, just things like that. So I thought that was really powerful. If you haven't tapped into this today, you have today and tomorrow. So it's just a great opportunity for free.
Highly recommend that you tap into it. It's everywhere. You guys can see it on Facebook. You guys can see it on Instagram. It's absolutely everywhere. Just click the link, register, and then hop in those rooms. So I want to share a story with you. It was about 13 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. I was, fresh out of my addiction. I had just stopped drinking alcohol and I was really trying to find myself. I was studying for my real estate license and just really trying to create a different person and become a different man. Well, I didn't really know the path. And I remember for Father's Day, and it's ironic that we're, Father's Day 2 days away. And it made me think about this. I got a gift, and the gift was Unleash the Power Within. And it was a disc series. There was literally like 8 discs, and you'd open it up, and you'd put disc 1 in, and then it came with a journal. And then you would write down, you would do the exercise, and you do these affirmations, and you'd get very, very clear on what you focused on. And the way that Tony Robbins broke it down, he's like, peak states don't just arrive for us, right? That we have to demand that of ourselves, that at any given time, each of us have the ability to put ourselves into a peak state. And it's still something that is true to this day at 44 years old, that we have the ability in an instant to put ourselves in a peak state. And each of you guys know how to do it, whether it's a song, whether it's a workout, whether it's something that you read. There's a moment where you could just close your eyes, put yourself in a peak state, and I'm ready to go. And you back that up with energy and how you hold yourself and how you contain yourself. And I promise you guys, if you've ever met me in person, I promise you're always like, damn, Elias has energy, right? Well, there's days where I'm fucking tired. There's days where I don't want to have that energy, but when I know that I'm going to be in front of people, when I know I'm going to be in front of you guys, I have to dig within and say, you know what type of energy am I giving out to the world? So he talks heavily about what we focus on, what we believe about ourselves, putting ourselves in a peak state, but also how we carry ourselves, right? If I'm on a coaching call like this, so you guys today, so we're going to talk about like action and what that means for you guys. No, like my chest is up, my shoulders are back, my mic is on, I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready. because you guys deserve that level of energy. And so I want you guys to embrace that when you're thinking about the things that you're trying to accomplish. A, what are you focusing on? How are you focused on these things? What do you believe about your own success? Right? And then put yourself there. Demand a peak state of yourself. If you know you're going into a presentation, if you know you're going to be hopping on the call, what are you doing? 30 seconds to thrive to put yourself into a peak state so you're ready for that presentation. Are you even conscious of that moment? Or are you just like, oh my God, hi, Tom. Hey, hi. We're going to go through this presentation about the buyers. And then I'm going to walk you through a bunch of stuff and contingencies. No, because you're not in fucking peak state. So you have to demand that of yourself. And if Tony Robbins taught me anything, he taught me 13, 12 years ago, how to be able to put myself into that state. And so Samantha, I'm so glad that you reminded me of that because it is such a powerful, powerful exercise. If you work out because you want to see the results on your body and you want to feel good and you want to release endorphins, you want to release dopamines. Well, it's the same thing with your mind. Your mind is a mechanism and it is also a muscle. So you must feed it, you must work it out, and you must keep it in top line shape. And if you don't, what's going to happen? We know the results of our own body if we don't work our body out. Think what's happening to your mind in the same context. If I'm not working out my mind, if I'm not training my mind, if I'm not mentally conditioning my mind, then my mind isn't growing, and my mind is a reflection of how my body looks. And I want you guys to be very, very clear in alignment with that. So Samantha, I appreciate you sharing that at a high level. And here's a couple things that I wanted to share that I wrote down from yesterday's session. We all know that we are meant for more. If you believe right now in your career that you are meant for more, let me pause. And I want you to raise your hand, give me an emoji, or give me some type of reaction, or just take yourself off of mute and give me a holler. Do you believe right now that you are meant for more in this life?
Yes.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. All right, so, and I'll do this. I'm 44 years old, you guys. I should have made some better choices when I was in my late 20s and my early 30s. I'm here now though, right? But I still know that I am capable of more and I am meant for more in this life. So we all know that we're meant for more freedom, more choice, more time, more income, more joy. And I want to stay there for a second because when we think about our business, this business allows us not to have all the time in the world. It allows us to have the freedom to choose the things that we truly want to do in this life, to be able to choose the way that we're going to brand ourselves, choose the way that we spend our hours during the day. Right. And at the end of this, you're probably going to have to miss some sports games. So you're going to probably have to miss some practices, but you do that until you no longer have to miss sports practices and sports games because you've built such a thriving business that you don't have to miss those things any longer. So if you know in your heart of hearts that you are meant for more, then we have to do more. We have to learn more skills. We have to prospect more. We have to make sure that we are not a statistic. And here's why. Consumers are always looking at us, and they have for since the beginning of time, is that real estate professionals make way too much money. You guys are pencil pushers. You guys just do paperwork. You guys drive fancy cars, get lip injections, whatever it is because of the media and because of, Netflix. They see us in a different light. But ask our kids, ask our families what we actually go through to be in this business. Right? We know that there's some struggles in this business and it's hard. And guess what? Every single day, each of you wake up unemployed. Each of you wake up unemployed. And to know that we deal with that level of stress, that every single day that we're unemployed, that we have to go after it again and again and again and again. Consumers don't see that. They don't see the stress that we put ourselves through. We have to eat what we hunt every single day. And I loved hearing that. We have to eat what we hunt every single day. So for the people that think that we are just overpaid pencil pushers or paper pushers, they don't understand the depths of what we do. So you are either going to give that sentiment, light, and you are going to prove all the people right, or you are going to be the person that proves them wrong. meaning that you are going to step up. You are going to work your ass off. You're going to create the videos. You're going to knock on the doors. You're going to do the open house. You're going to send the emails. You are going to be so loud about yourself, about your business, about helping people that there was no reason why someone would doubt a Kelly Kelly. Why? Because they see all the work that she is doing. They see what Cortez is doing. They see what a Samiri is doing. They see what an Antonio is doing. So we're either going to give light to the statistics that we're just overpaid people, or we are now going to say, you know what? Watch me. And I'm going to go out there and prove to myself first and to this world that I'm worth every single dollar that I'm going to make in this business. Because I know you, I know myself, I'm meant for more, you're meant for more. I look at this call and I'm looking at millionaires. I'm looking at people that bought their mom's houses, bought their mom's cars, paid off their mom's mortgages. That's how I look at you guys, because I'm so obsessed with your guys' growth. So I don't want to stay on this. I'm not trying to hype everybody up. I'm just very, very excited. When I learn stuff, I want to give it back to you guys because I need my cup filled as just as much as I'm filling your guys' cup. So the coach that stops getting coached, run for the fucking hills, you guys. Run for the hills. I want to be a student with you guys. I want to be able to lead the charge, and I want to be out in front of the education to make sure to bring it to you guys and to be together as we are continuing to grow in this journey together. Make sense, you guys? Any thoughts, any sentiment, or anything I just shared or Samantha just shared? Anybody want to chime in? Because I feel like I'm super, super excited right now. So let me just stop for a moment. Does anybody have any other contributions or thought of anything that was just shared right now? Samantha has a thumb up. I saw some shaking. Let's go, Cynthia.
Hey, I was on that call, on that Zoom yesterday. That thing was amazing. The energy, because that is what it takes. It takes that energy, high level energy every single day, because when we're feeling like we can't, or you don't want to, or whatever the case may be, we have to have a way to shift that mindset and move immediately into a new mindset. And guess what? You get to put it down and go back to where you were before after you've effectively done what you needed to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else have any thoughts, any contributions on the conversation thus far? I saw Blessing shaking her head quite a bit. Anybody else have anything before we move forward? Going once, going twice. All right, cool. Last thing before we go into action for the week, you guys, your mess is your message. God, I want you guys to stay with that for a second. Your mess is your message. All the trials, the tribulations, the stuff that you've gone through, the household, the kids, whatever that mess is, you have to look within and say, you know what? There's a huge message within that mess. And so don't be afraid about talking about all the trials and tribulations and figuring some of that stuff out, because if you're here, if you're in business, if your kids are happy and healthy, they're off to school, they're doing things that are productive in their lives, then there's some powerful messages there. So there's a message in your mess. And I thought that was really good. So I'm going to turn the mic over to you guys. I need 5 people to get in the queue. I want to talk about action, things that you've done in this past week. What are the results? What are the strategies? What are you guys working on? What were the wins? Was it Follow Up Boss? Was it getting on Zillow Flex Seller Program? Was it you got into contract? Was it you went into some tough negotiations and you were able to win? You got your offer accepted. What was it? I know there's tons of contributions on the call right now, so I need 5 people's hands up before we go forward, okay? So we know who our usual suspects are. I need 2 more. Actually, Janice, I'm gonna have you actually pass the mic to somebody if I don't get anybody else on. I know. All right, so let's go. Blessing, I'm gonna hear from you. Blessing, Jessica, you'll be on deck. Janice, and then Janice, you'll pass the mic. Let's go, Blessing. Oh, there he is.
Good morning.
Joel.
Good morning. And Jessica, I'm so glad that you raised your hand too, because part of what's happening this week includes you. So yes, I got turned on for Zillow Flex leads and have just been like, the influx of leads coming in has just been amazing. Not because like it's a bunch of leads coming in, but it's just a reminder of actually putting yourself into the business and making sure you're having the conversations and prepared for every single showing, because you can get a phone call at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, and have to be ready by 11. So what does that mean? The morning has to be ready. Like, you have to be dressed. Like, I am full. today is an exception. I am fully dressed usually by like 7:30 because if my phone rings, I'm prepared. Like I'm already putting myself in the mindset of let's go ahead and do these showings. So Sunday night, absolutely exhausted after a full day of showings. Got another lead that came in that wanted to see a property at 7:30. It was super close. I was like, I'm saying yes. I'm just accepting the opportunities that come. This couple, we have shown them 13 properties this week. Finally got the green light, and we are drafting the offer on one of them this morning. They love it. Stayed up till about 11 o'clock last night doing all of the research, all of the comps to justify a 1% increase in sales price from January to now. But digging in and just going deeper instead of giving them surface level information made the decision for them to write the offer at the price that I had advised significantly easier. But I went to bed last night just feeling so accomplished and waking up today like I know exactly what I need to do. So being focused, and the message from coaching the other day to fall in love with your clients. When I tell you, like, she and I are like kindred spirits, this client, like we are like this, truly. It's a little awkward, but she's probably, when you talk about attracting your ideal client, we've got dates to go to Lowe's once they're in their contract to pick out tile and just geek out. And her husband could be like he's so happy to know that she's going to have someone to do this with and not have him to ask. Is just align, like fall in love with who you are serving, and that's been front and center all week. So I know that's a long roundabout answer, but getting into contract and then partnering with Jessica, and I don't know if you're going to talk about her but that has been all you, and just delegating and making sure we're at the same level. So that's what's been happening this week.
God, I absolutely love this blessing, and I can't wait to hear from Jessica. But I think going back to that message, if you were truly, truly like, think about it, like I'm in love with the results for my consumer. I'm just in love with that. So that means that you're in love with that process. Because if you're in love with that final result for them, then you're in love with the process. And if there's anything missing in that process that hinders that relationship, then you're going to do your best to focus on it and work on it and make it better.
Absolutely.
And I think this is a clear example of that. And I'm so glad that you said making sure that the morning is set so you're not scrambling, so you're ready to intake leads, opportunities, follow calls, everything. That is so important. And I'm not saying you got to go and wake up at 4 a.m. and run 5 miles. I'm not that guy. I'm not saying that. But I'll give you an example. Just this morning, right? And this is a typical morning. So up at 5 a.m., fresh cup of coffee, or fresh ground coffee, because my wife does not like pods because she's bougie. Took my wife to the train, went to the gym, did 3 miles sauna, came back, got Silas up, clothes, cereal, did his hair, got Lily's clothes ready, had 32 ounces of water, all of my notes for coaching. I drop a reel, do an email, and I'm here on camera ready by 8:30. And that's just the morning. But if I didn't have those things set in place, then the rest of my day is a scramble. I got kids late, just stay home at summer school. Like that's the importance of having that structure and that system so we're not running frantically. So blessing God, I connect with that at a high level. Let's go Jessica Segura Hernandez, and then we'll go Janice, and then we'll go Sebastian. Let's go, Jessica. Great stuff, blessing.
Good morning, everyone. So yeah, like Blessing was saying, she got turned on for Zillow leads, and we've been super busy. It's been great. She actually got a lead for this woman who lives in New York, and she's looking to purchase for her parents that live here in the Bay Area. So I've been sending her videos of the properties. I've sent her 5, but she wants to take a look at 5 more houses. So I'm going to be pretty busy today. I'm going to record some videos and send them over to her. As Blessing mentioned, we're going to be submitting an offer today. I've booked 8 appointments for this week. We've got 2 people pre-approved. I'm in the process of getting 2 more people pre-approved right now. I hosted an open house with a Michael Sage, yes, on Sunday, and we got like 14 leads. So we've been on buyers consultations all week, and we're going to be submitting a few offers next week. So everything just feels amazing. And I went door knocking with Sierra yesterday, and we picked up 2 more leads. So I would say partner heavily with other people, because just like it works out. You're helping each other out and you're learning from other people as well.
God, I absolutely love this because I remember a coaching session that we did. It was, a quick call, you and I, and it wasn't too long ago. And the traction in your business, it wasn't there. You're feeling like, oh my God, it's going to kick off. But like the message now and the sentiment is completely different. And so I absolutely love it. I think maybe one day it'd be important for you to share your calendar with us, like show us what you're actually doing, how you're allocating your time and where your effort and energy is going. But I love all the action that's happening. And I love that this relationship with you and Blessing is truly evolving and you're building other relationships in our community. It's really cool to see. So great job, ladies. Let's go over to Janice and then we'll go to Sebastian. Anybody else wants to share what's working, wins, and then we can also talk about challenges. I'm down for that conversation. Let's go, Janice.
Okay. Well, dope to Blessing and Jessica. First off, that's cool. I feel like now I don't even kind of want to share. You guys are killing the game. I just have a couple of small wins. One, the contract that I'm in that's supposed to close in like 6 days, we almost pulled out because the inspections were horrible. And so we've been negotiating like 2 and 3 times a day up until yesterday around 4 when we finally won. And I was able to, unfortunately for me, but wonderfully for my clients, negotiate $200,000 off of the original purchase price that we had agreed upon, which again sucks for me a little bit. I was a little heartbroken, but that's what they needed to buy it and they were not budging. And after a week of negotiations and stress, I finally got that. So that was exciting for me. I went on a listing appointment last night.
Tell us a little, hold on, because I know we're all curious. So $200,000 over, was the seller completely ridiculous with their sales price? Like, tell me about, was it $200,000 worth of repairs that need to be done? Talk to us about this.
So originally we had agreed on 650,000 and then we kept an inspection contingency. Keep those inspection contingencies, don't waive them. So then we started doing inspections. The foundation is horrible. They want to raise the roof. We were told they couldn't raise the roof without moving the house. They wouldn't be able to roof part of the house because it's sitting on the property line. The house is a fire hazard. There's $36,000 in pests. 15,000 in sidewalk. Everything was just stacking up. There's water damage everywhere. Everything smells like mold. It was just really, really bad. And so then they decided, like, originally they thought they were going to buy it and put 200,000 into it. And then once we got the inspections, they were like, this is going to cost us way more money and way more time. We need more money off. And yeah, so then we negotiated it. The seller said no. Like, there's no way. I was trying to find a workaround and my clients were like, no, we're unwilling to budge. I was like, damn. And so, yeah, the listing agent actually started calling people that had previously like put in verbal offers and their offer sounded good. I called my clients and said, we're pulling out. They're unwilling to waiver on terms. And then like 30 minutes later, they called me back and was like, don't pull, don't pull, don't pull. And I was like, what? Just like, no, because everybody's looking now and they're coming in lower than you. So we're in escrow. We might as well just close it out. And so we got the 200K off.
Wow.
It was so stressful yesterday. I was at the office, like losing my mind, cussing, freaking out. I was like, this is so stressful. Stop it. It was so much back and forth, but we finally got it settled.
But I heard you handled yourself like a G, and I got a little clip. It's on social now of like the communication that you were having. Like, it just sounded like you held your ground and said, yeah, there was a clip. I don't know if that was the communication, but you were in negotiations. Donna got it yesterday.
Donna took it, huh? She's so sneaky. I didn't even know.
Yeah, she got it yesterday. But the point here is that you did what was like, I heard what you said. You're like, gosh, darn it, $200,000 off. That impacts my paycheck. But at the end of the day, it wasn't about that. It's like, hey, I'm going to negotiate. And the fact that you were able to hold firm, get $200,000 off of this list price, this is a huge win for them. Like, this is a huge win. And it shows like what you're capable of. Now, that is a very extreme case, but it shows your future clients that, hey, no matter what, you're going to do your homework. You're going to look at all the reports. You're going to look at all the material facts, and you're going to negotiate as hard as you can on behalf of your clients. And like, I don't think you don't have to give them that $200,000 off, because I don't want people to think that, but like, being able to share how you were able to win and how you looked at all the material facts and said, no way, no how. This is a huge win for you. So congratulations to you and congratulations to them. So when are you guys closing?
So we're supposed to close on the 20th. So really, really soon. So now we're like rushing to get everything finished because we were at a standstill for like the past week.
Boom. Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
yeah, it really tested my
Absolutely love it.
resolve.
That's right. That's right. Well, great stuff. I love it. Let's go over to Sebastian. Let's hear from you. Sebastian got in a contract. I think it was the day before yesterday, but I saw the reel yesterday. So Sebastian, talk to us about this. Congratulations on your win. I'm pretty sure that's what you wanted to talk about. So let's hear it, big dog. Take yourself off of mute. You're muted.
Hey, can you hear me? All right.
We can.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I just got another property contract. I'm so happy we were able to negotiate $10,000 less from the purchase price. And then we're gonna close in 21 days. And also my my current transaction is gonna close maybe the next week on Monday. So I'm so happy. But to be honest, I've been struggling with myself as well. Like, no trust myself, sometimes. But still, I keep going because, I have to do the things. I had to show myself. I had to do what what I had to do. So just keep going. This is the game, and we have to do the things if we want to, sell and show up that we are in this game. So just like that.
I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations. 2 deals. He hasn't been on the team very long, and it's good to see that early traction. Does anybody else have any wins, any successes, anything that they did from an action standpoint that they want to share with the rest of the team from this past week? Anybody want to go? Anybody want to share? I'm really surprised Shally's not putting her hand up on this conversation, but I'm gonna throw it over to you in a second, Shally. But I got Dennis. So Dennis, let's go over to you, and then we'll go over to Shally.
I signed a listing agreement this week. Here down in Orange County. It was a referral from a good friend of mine. A couple of other wins. I'm slowly getting more referrals from just my sphere of influence. People just like this morning just said, "Oh, I remember somebody was talking about selling their mom's house, and I thought of you." So I think those things are starting to come together. The listing agreement, I got the seller to do 6%, so that's a big win.
And are you offering?
And then I'm going to do liftoff.
I take it you're offering 3% to the buy side.
No, I'm actually offering 2% to the buy side because I'm going to do all of the seller disclosures up front. So I'm pretty much doing the agent's job for them, hoping to get non-contingent offers.
Beautiful. What's it listed at?
It's going to be listed at $1,249,000. It probably should sell for more like $1,350,000, $1,400,000. It's just kind of the trend of the market, or at least that neighborhood. All the comps that I showed the seller were all listed at least $100K below where they ended up selling for. So she's a little, mentally worried about it just because she purchased the house for $1,240,000 2 years ago. But just showing her kind of what the neighborhood trends were, she just kind of is like, okay, that makes sense. I just have to kind of get over that mental hump.
Beautiful. Well, congratulations. Congratulations on Liftoff Agent. Dennis is launching his website through Liftoff Agent, who actually did our website. So good stuff. Love hearing it from you. Shally, would love to hear from you. You're able to ring or hit the gong in the office the other day. Shally, you've had a big week. I would love to hear what action you've taken and the results this week. Let's go, Shally.
Hello, everybody. Did you guys hear me? I'm driving. So.
It's okay. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes. So I'm actually giving a keys to my homeowners today, and super excited. On this deal, we actually negotiate with the seller on the $15,000, and we buy a home warranty for them. There was inspections did, and there were a couple things need to be fixed. So we are able to negotiate with our seller to on $15,000 lower than the asking price. So that's the win. I'm excited. More to go. and hosting an open house, calling people, and all the other stuff is going on.
So here's what's great about this. So Shally, this will be her third deal. Now she's graduated out of the advisorship program, but there was a time, and there was it was an extended amount of time, probably longer than what she wanted, that she wasn't in contract. She didn't have any activity. And then she made a choice. I remember she came to me and said, Elias, I'm ready to recommit to my business. I'm really ready to be very serious about my business and take off. And since then, she's lived up to those words, and she was a woman of her words, and she has just stepped up, and she has never looked back. So Shally, it's been really exciting to see how you've grown based on that one decision. And so great stuff. Love seeing your growth.
Thank you.
Awesome. So let's do this, you guys. I had a thought, I had an idea, and this will be a challenge for everybody. So I want to get some thoughts from you guys and see if you're even open to this idea. So what I was thinking, since it is warming up, I was thinking that we should do a keep it moving group hike. Now, obviously, I want to open this up to the entire company and anybody else that wants to come. But I was thinking that we do a very challenging group hike. Now, we did, what was it, Mission Peak last year. And I don't know about you guys, but if you were down for that level of a challenge, I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it. It is tough. It's going to kick you in the ass. We'll go have some breakfast afterwards and we'll kind of, decompress. But I was thinking that we can do this on a Friday, and maybe we can even do this next Friday. I don't want to give you much time to think about it, because the more you think about it, you'll be like, oh my God, I can't do it. But if we were to do a team hike and hit the mountain and accomplish Mission Peak, would you be down for that? Let me see, throw up your hands or put it in the chat down below. Okay, so I see Chicken Mom, Brandy, Sebastian, Morgan, Natalie, Kelly. I saw some hands from Blessing, from Marissa, Samiri. Okay, cool. So that's enough. That's enough. Meaning that's enough for me to be like, okay, I'm going to wake my ass up at 4, meet you guys in the parking lot. So let's do this. I'm going to put it together. I'll plan it. I'll give you guys the, directions, where to go, where to be and everything. And let's shoot for next Friday. So in lieu of us doing Action Fridays, we're actually going to go out there and take some massive action together. And we're going to go climb Mission Peak. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. Bring your camelbacks. Make sure to stretch. But it's going to kick us in the ass. But I promise you, once we're on top and we're all up there together and we're experiencing that accomplishment together, it does something for us. And so I'll put that together. I'll put out a type form as well so we can get some RSVPs, but I'm down. And listen, it's not a race. If you guys want to beat me, cool. I don't care. I'm going to go at my pace, but hopefully we can have some good communication up the hill. Let me take yourself off of mute. Thoughts on that? You guys ready for that? Are you truly ready for this?
Elias, how long is this hike? Because you tricked us last time. How
That's what I was
long
gonna
is this
say.
hike, Elias? Like, don't play games. Like, you have to tell us.
It's like a 3-hour hike total.
It's a 3 hour.
Elias will say it's 3 hours and we'll be out there for 6. So I need him to say, how
All right.
long is this hike?
It's
And
actually
he will not wait for you
hikes?
either.
it's actually a 6-hour hike, 3 hours up, 3 hours down.
I knew
No.
Uh-huh.
Who just said it's 3 hours? How would it be 3 hours?
Kelly.
3 hours down.
It was me,
I didn't say
Jessica.
that.
Jessica, that
You
doesn't
were
even,
taking a lot of breaks.
that doesn't even make physical or like sense from like physics. How can it?
That-
You can't go 3 hours up and then it's 3 hours. It's straight downhill. It's easy to get back down.
Like she put her on blast like that, like you was taking hella breaks.
No,
Not for me. I have bad knees.
I've done the hike before and it took us a total of 6 hours.
All right.
Really? It always takes me 3. Were you guys taking a lot of breaks? Looking at the cows?
Probably. I don't know, but isn't it uphill? Like you have to go up a hill and then come down?
Half of it.
No. You have to go through some serious hills. Check it out. So the total.
No.
Either way, this is giving very much like Lake Chabot and 5 miles and we get there and
So,
it's 10.
all right, let's
Exactly.
just do this together. All right, my coaching community, let's go here. Let's just take a quick look. All right, so the trail looks like it is a. How long is
Either way, I'm still in. I just need, again, confirmation.
Okay.
from
It's
you.
so good, you
Now-
guys. And then you get to take the corny picture at the top to show that you did it. It's bomb. You'll love it.
Okay.
And it doesn't take that long.
What I'm going to say to this is it's not a moderate hike. This shit's hard. This shit's challenging. It's going to take about 3 hours to get up that mountain, maybe a little bit less, depending on your knees. It might take a little bit longer, but let's just block out 5 hours for this. I don't know if it'll take you 3 hours. I hope it does not, but let's block out a minimum of 5 hours. I believe that if we start right at like 6 a.m., beat the heat, get up and get back down, and then go do some lunch right in Hayward or surrounding areas. I'll pick a cool place. I think that we'll have a lot of fun. So I'll put the details in the invite. You guys can determine if you want to or not, but it will be a test. And I think that once you get up there, it is just so refreshing to be able to like, I did it. And if I could do this, business is not that hard. So I want to push you guys to do that. So I'll put all the details out there. And yes, last time I thought that Lake Chabot was 6 miles. Come to find out it's closer to 10. And it was Blessing's very first hike. So I'm sorry, Liz, you have short legs. I was going. I was in a zone, all right? And so
The oxygen will kick in at a certain point and you'll be on a high and just on autopilot. It was great.
yeah. All right. So I wanted to ask you guys, I want to get some insight. We'll get some feedback before we start to wrap sesh. I want to know, is there a book right now that you guys are reading? Because I'd also like to try to get us in sync on a particular read. And so I've been thinking about this. We obviously have read multiple books on our own. Is there any books that you guys are reading right now that you're finding to really, really be powerful in your world? Is there a book that you're reading? Is there a recommendation that you guys want to share with the rest of the group? Anything?
12 Months to a Million by Ryan Daniel Moran. Really good.
To a Million. Cool. What do you like about the book so far? You muted yourself, bro.
It's challenging. It's challenging me to. Sorry about my son singing in the back. It's challenging me not to say no. It's challenging me for every month to set goals to reach. No excuses getting there. Whether it's a physical attribute for the way my body looks, whether it's mindset, tapping it in, tapping it out. The willingness to let go. It's teaching me that. That's why like I continue so hard on the partnerships. Sometimes it is like, you want to control them for yourself, but putting myself everywhere is basically the point. Residual incomes, doing things that, may not seem worth it right now, but the overall picture for the 12 months is going to be there. So I think that this is a really good way to set yourself up for not only just a month, but each month, quarterly, and then the whole year. So that's Reese, by the way. I have
I know.
America's Next Top Model right here, and Ida right here. This dude's killing
Awesome.
it.
All right, I love it. 12 Months to a Million. Darnell, you had said something in the chat. Talk to us about this book, why you like it. What are you gaining from it?
48 Laws of Power. I just think it's a great way to learn how to navigate the world of people, right? You're dealing with people, you're dealing with presentations, but we all have our nerves. We all have issues within ourselves that we feel like we have problems communicating or problems reaching out, problems reaching people. So I feel like this is a great way just to tap back into mindset, psychology.
Good. 48 Laws of Power. Okay, cool. Nicole Penland, you had your hand up.
I was going to ask I was going to ask Otis if that was a hooded bathrobe, but
All right. So I have tons of book recommendations. And the reason why I ask you guys this is because I saw something the other day and it stated that if your business isn't growing, perhaps it's because you are not growing. And I say that with all the love and care and consideration. Now, I don't really think that applies if you're actually in this room. Because I believe that if you're in this room, that you truly have a desire to want to grow and be better. And that's why you show up to these sessions. And that's why you apply what you learn from these sessions. But oftentimes when we're looking at the growth of our business, we have to say, what is the growth of me personally? How much am I actually reading? How much am I listening? How much am I developing new skills? How much am I sitting down writing? And oftentimes, if we want to grow, we need to be filling our own cups. Like, be a student of I'm surrounded by books, right? And sometimes I'll micro read through certain books, but what I want to do is I want to land on a book or two that we can start reading, start dissecting, and start like moving through that book together, because I think that there's some power. So what I'll do is I'll put down a list of books. We'll all come to a vote on one of these sessions and decide what we're going to do, whether you want to listen to it or whether you are a actual like book, or I need this, I need to highlight stuff. That's how I read. Completely up to you, but I'd like to get us all on the same page. So let's do this. I want to go around the room. I want to hear from a couple people on the call today. Really good contributions. Congratulations on all of the success. Great stuff. Great action. Let's go over to Zali. You are our guest. I want to hear from you. What were some of your takeaways from your time with us today on Keep It Moving Group Coaching? Let's go to Zali.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for sharing the insights. I got a lot of information and I have no idea what you guys are talking about. It's a little overwhelming to just sit, with a group like this sharing successes, and you're like, okay, great. Maybe one day I can say something. It's humbling to also see like everyone is trying to do their best, and it all comes down to motivation and I haven't seen anyone just saying, my motivation is being rich, but everyone is saying in their own words, my motivation is being a better person and be the person that I want to be in life. And just get better at it. I have a lot of things to study. I have a lot of things that I want to do. I'm gonna start reading some of these books that you guys are suggesting. I like the community. I like the community building that I see that you guys are going for. And as lost as I am in everything that you're saying, I want to be part of something like this. I want to be part of something that makes me want to learn more and know more and contribute more to a team, and also to my personal growth. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I appreciate you being here. And thanks for being honest. The thought is that obviously there's a lot of stuff that's covered in these calls, but at the end of the day, we focus a lot on mindset, we focus a lot on action. And I think Blessing hit it. When you think about these calls, all I want for you, Zali, and obviously if you're more advanced, you've been on the calls for a while, then you'll probably do more than one, but just take one thing, right? What was one thing that you heard that, I can do more with my life? Well, how much am I actually doing for studying new skills? Right? There's one thing that I learned from this session. That's all I want. All I want is people to take one thing away, because I'll share with you in just a moment. Blessing, how long have you been on the team?
August will make a year.
August will make a year. So relatively new. Janice, how long have you been on the team?
2 months.
Take yourself off of mute. She can't find it. Maybe. Janice, mute button. Okay. All right. Sebastian.
Sorry, no, I'm here.
You said too
like
much.
A month and a half. My screen was half down and I couldn't pull it up because my other screens kept popping up.
All right. So a month and a half. Sebastian, how long have you been on the team?
3 months in each, something like that.
Say again?
3 months.
3 months. Okay. Jessica Segura Hernandez, how long have you been on the team?
Since last September.
Last September. Okay. So see, Zali, everyone's still relatively new.
Yeah, okay. I see that. That's
You know,
not a long time.
It's through the consistent skill building that we are at where we're at now. And so you're still new, but I remember when Blessing was new. I remember when Jessica was new. I remember when Otis was new. Otis went a whole entire year without even getting in a contract, and then came back and blew up the game. And so, we're all at different stages, but the one thing that you'll get from this group is collective wisdom. There's power in that collective wisdom, because you get to hear what other people are doing and be like, they're just like you. Right? They're not superhuman. They're just like you. They've just followed that path. They've had a guide, and they've been able to be consistent and have the discipline to stay consistent. And it's really that simple. So appreciate you being here. Thanks for your insight. Let's go over to our other guest, Nicole, really quick. If you can give me one key takeaway from your time together with us today, what would that be?
That you guys are definitely high energy, and you bounce the energy off of each other and just keep each other uplifted.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I think we do. We volley, right? We volley here. It's just like, here, Brandy. All right, Brandy, back to Natalie. Now, Natalie, spot us up, and then Otis, spike it. I think that we do a really good volley in this, and I've never heard it said like that. So good stuff, Nicole. I appreciate it. So let's go to a couple other people, and we're going to close our session out. Kelly, let's go to you. Key takeaways from our time together today. Great to see you. Thanks for being on. As always, let's go. Key takeaways.
Hi, my key takeaways are I'm really proud of everyone. I'm really proud of Jessica and Sebastian and Shally and Brandy and everyone, literally. Fiona, Janice, and Blessing, Nicole. Basically, I learned a lot from you guys. Let's keep doing this. See you on Monday.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Let's go over to Antonio Hernandez. Antonio, key takeaways from our time together today. I know we covered a lot of stuff from the takeaways from yesterday, and then we went into the action. Thoughts, my man, key takeaways.
First of all, I just want to say, congratulations to everybody killing it right now and, progressing in your business. My key takeaway from today was what Blessing said about, having kind of her schedule set out. She wakes up at a certain time and she gets ready. She knows she's gonna get business through the day. And like, I feel like when you start off the day like that, you're starting off right and you're preparing yourself for what the day has to come. So that was my biggest takeaway. And I feel like, I'm gonna probably start doing the same thing and following her trend.
I love it. I love it. Listen, you're running a multi-million-dollar business. What I mean by that is you close a couple deals, you're running a multi-million-dollar business. You should treat it as such. There should be some type of structure that you stick to every single day. So you're not going about it like, oh, I'm emails and I'm over here and lunch. I'm going to the refrigerator. Like, have yourself assess. There's times where I don't leave this chair for hours except to piss and then run right back. So set yourself up with a tight schedule, stick to it because you're running a multi-million-dollar business. Let's go to Brandy and then we'll go out to one more person to close out for our session. Brandy, key takeaways from our time together today.
All right, key takeaway is putting everything together. What I get is just love yourself. Love yourself. Like, we're sitting here talking about loving the consumer, but if you sit back and realize, like, to love your consumer, you have to love yourself because you're the one making and working through it. You're loving your consumer and loving yourself to put into action, like Blessing's doing her routine. Janice had, although it was to her a small win, that's a win. You loved yourself enough to love your consumer to work for them. So I think just like tying everything is just like go out there and smash it and just love yourself to light up the world. Like, I don't know.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You guys remember, each of us in this business, we chose to be in this business, but we also choose all the challenges that come along with this business. We wake up unemployed every single day. The only way that we're going to get employment is by going out there prospecting and finding those opportunities. The main focus for all of us should just be, I need to book an appointment with a buyer or a seller. That's my responsibility. Because once they're in front of you and you have the skills and you have your presentation, you have your amazing personalities, I think that's where all the great things come from, right? So you're unemployed until you have somebody that you're working with. And then you close that person and guess what? You're unemployed again. So you guys have to continue that cycle, continue that cycle, continue that cycle. But that's what makes you tough. That's what makes you tough. Not everyone can do this game. That's why 75% of people don't make it their first year because they didn't have the grit. So you guys got to throw those things, put your mouthpiece in, stay in the ring, and learn how to throw those things. So you guys, I appreciate all of your contributions today. I'm going to hop on that next session today at 10 o'clock with Tony and Dean. If you want information on that, find it on Facebook as well as on Instagram. But I think it's a really powerful, powerful session just to hear from these two dynamic world-class speakers and world-class leaders that have made millions and millions of people's lives better. And that's the level that I want to be at one day. I want to host a Zoom in one of those cool, and me and Raquel were talking about, you can rent Dean's studio in Arizona to where it's like a giant wall of screens and all like what I'm looking at right now, but like at a giant scale. I want to host a Zoom like that one day with thousands and thousands and thousands of people from all over the world. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on, and thank you for being present. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and go out there and make this weekend count. And happy Father's Day to all you fellas. Peace.